And hello, good evening. Welcome to Kelowna Now Live. I'm Jason Mann with Jim Check, and we have your headlines for the day.
4 p.m.
4 p.m. headlines. Now, if you are expecting to travel or have people that you know traveling through the Fraser Canyon or expecting to tonight, I'm going to have to make some alternate plans as the Fraser Canyon has been closed or will be closed due to fears of the atmospheric river coming through.
Right, yeah. So they've set to close the Highway 1 in the Fraser Canyon overnight due to fears that the areas that were damaged by wildfires could be overwhelmed by heavy rainfall. Geotechnical experts have recommended a closure as a precaution. It comes amid stormy weather in the province caused by that atmospheric river. The closure will take place between 7 p.m. tonight and 9 a.m. Tuesday morning. Checkpoints will be set up along the highway just outside Hope and Lytton to advise motorists about the detours, right? So, again, as always, if you're traveling those mountain passes, check Drive BC before you head out and make sure you have good tires and you have some, whatever that winter survival kit in your car, too, blankets and candles and all that kind of stuff and some food, granola bars, stuff like that, right?
That's a good idea. And Big White pushing back the opening day for a third time. It's been extended once again, looks like here.
Well, hopefully that atmospheric river will bring some much-needed snow to Big White, right? So Michael J. Ballingall has delivered the unfortunate news that Big White has to push back that opening day one more time, right? So it's a waiting game up there, right? They did get some snow over the weekend, but not enough snow, right? So
yeah, just white enough to look promising.
So again, if you're a skier, snowboarder, or just love going up to the hill, cross your fingers and hope that maybe this big river of water is going to douse that hill with mountains of snow, right?
Fingers crossed. Speaking of mountains and snow, a tragic incident claiming the life of a snowmobiler near Revelstoke over the weekend.
That's more sad news there. Around 5:40 on Saturday, Revelstoke RCMP were notified about a missing man on Boulder Mountain. The 27-year-old from Quebec was snowmobiling with a group when he became separated. He tried to radio to his group his location. Not having GPS or satellite communication, he could not be immediately located. So when they did find him, he was in quite distress. And he was in an steep area called the Toilet Bowl. And he was, sadly, as they were trying to extract him, he passed and succumbed to his injuries.
And the third member of the Thompson Rivers University men's volleyball team, who was in a multi-vehicle collision last week, has been identified through a GoFundMe fundraiser.
Yeah, so Owen Waterhouse is currently in a medically induced coma after he sustained brain damage. I think we got the wrong image up there too, right? So anyway, there's another fundraiser up there. It's raised nearly $40,000 towards the $50,000 goal. You can go to KelownaNow.com and you can make a donation if you so feel. And
I think that previous picture
there
is the picture for this story. And that
there you go.
Victoria police say they've arrested a man for nearly striking a protester with his car at a rally on Sunday.
Temperature's getting hot there. Victoria police say they arrested a man for nearly striking a protester with his car at the rally on Sunday. Unite for Peace March for Palestine was scheduled to take place between 1 and 3 yesterday at the BC Ledge. According to police, shortly after 2, a man allegedly at the ledge drove his vehicle up onto the sidewalk towards a protester in the 500 block on Belleville Street during the demonstration. The incident was captured on video, posted to social media. It shows the driver jumping out of his car and arguing with another protester where a police officer intervenes to separate the men.
And warnings of heavy rainfall and snow as the atmospheric river makes its way across BC. This is what we were sort of just talking about.
Yeah, we were talking about that. So this is more for more areas. Rain and snow warnings are issued across British Columbia as that weather system makes its way across the province. Light snow, heavy rain expected along the Coke between Hope and Merritt on Tuesday. Environment Canada says about 60 millimeters of precipitation is anticipated on the road. Freezing rain has also been issued for the Okanagan Connector. Wintry conditions forecast in West Columbia, North Columbia, Kinnebasket, Yoho Park, and Trans-Canada Highway between Eagle Pass and Rogers Pass. Up to 15 centimeters of snow expected to accumulate in the areas this afternoon and into Tuesday morning. So again, check Drive BC if you're heading out onto the road, and make sure you have all that stuff we talked about earlier. A good weather survival kit in your vehicle, blankets and all that kind of stuff. Charge cell phones, a way to charge your cell phone, and of course, a little bit of food and stuff like that, and good winter tires will help, right?
Yeah, a candle too. That's
Candle, yeah, all kinds of
super
stuff like
helpful,
that, right? So,
and Kelowna's underground coffee roastery now has a coffee shop. Anarchy Coffee Roasters. Have you heard of them?
I have not. I think Kent and Nick went out there for the first few years. Anarchy Coffee Roasters were all homemade, meaning they were literally made at home. The only time you'd see them at the Kelowna Farmers Market. As they grew their following, and they secured a location on Barron Road, and now they've opened their doors. So let's have a look at that video from Kent and Nick.
For just over 3 years, Kelowna coffee lovers have enjoyed the flavors of Anarchy Coffee Roasters, locally roasted coffee available primarily at farmers markets. Well, along the way, they got a physical location on Barron Road, and now a coffee shop inside where you can enjoy the coffee while smelling it being roasted.
Yeah, the farmers market has been our primary location for the last 3-4 years. That's where we got our start with the whole company, and it treated us very well. And we've just slowly been chipping away at being able to make this a reality. This has been the dream from the start, to have our own little place to call home. Yeah, we're excited to finally have that realized.
There you go, another place to have coffee. So Kelowna's got wineries, golf courses, breweries,
and lots of coffee.
Now lots of coffee. That's great. So
I love
that's
that entrepreneurial
yeah, so
grit.
it's great. So lots of roasters out there, and another one to add to your choices in roasted coffee, right?
100%.
People love coffee.
In sports, a season I'll remember for a lifetime, says one KSS senior girl, as the KSS senior girls dominate to a provincial title.
This is the story we talked about this morning, where the boys were three-peat, and the girls also a quad 4 volleyball team. The KSS Owls senior girls were the team to beat all season. So they won the provincial championships this past weekend. Great photos on Kelowna Now, too. And the whole roster of girls is on there, too. And we're going to try and actually get in one of the players from the boys team and the girls team and do a little interview with them.
That'd be great.
And talk about their season. And I think KSS has got great sports.
Provincial championship. That's a lot to be proud of.
They're great.
It takes a lot of work.
That's one of their things that they're famous for, I'm pretty sure.
Their sports program, yeah. Brand new BC Country Music Festival has secured major names for its inaugural edition.
Hey, look at that. Luke Bryan.
What?
Yeah, Luke Bryan.
That's a top name.
Dierks Bentley, Nickelback.
Nickelback. That would be the rock
What
band.
happens if you take 2 dimes? Is that a bad joke? Do you get your Nickelback? Anyway, there's a bunch of names on there for sure, right? It's the first ever Coast City Country Festival, set for April 19th, 2024 at the BC Place in Vancouver. And there you go. There's your lineup. It was released today. It features those headliners. The undercard is nothing to sneeze at either or scoff at, with Bailey Zimmerman, Brett Young, Walker Hayes, Eli King, Nate Smith, Josh Ross, and plenty others. So BC Place expect to host up to 75,000 fans.
Wow.
Which means the city will be abuzz that weekend. It's too bad they don't have any Airbnbs for people to stay at. That was a little bit of humor there, right? A 2-day pass at the festival can cost as little $79 plus fees, which is reserved seats in BC Place, with floor passes costing closer to $500 if you really want to get country. There you go. You going?
Probably not that one.
You don't like country? Or
I do
what?
like
What's
country.
going on?
No,
You
I like
used to work at a country radio station.
I like the spectrum. I eat the whole buffet of music.
There you go.
Yeah.
With the girls?
Yeah, they keep me current. That's
Didn't
for sure.
Taylor Swift start in country?
She did, and then suddenly transitioned a lot like Shania Twain did too.
There you go. So what would you say her music is then?
Oh,
Like pop?
Pop for sure, but singer-songwriter.
Taylor Swift?
Yeah, like it
pop?
spans country, singer-songwriter.
She actually
pop.
she does everything. She does like pop, she does contemporary, she does like folk.
She can do it all.
She does country.
For,
She's just our queen.
People that don't know, Jason was at a Calgary radio station. What was the country station?
Country 105.
Country 105. And he was
On the radio.
You were the country star there.
Did you wear a cowboy hat all the time on the radio?
No, not the cowboy hat. But, yeah, I had a little buckle though.
Big boots.
Big boots. Definitely had the boots. 100%.
There you go. And then from our friend down south, Gord Goebel again with the photo gallery in Penticton's Magic on Main Street. Like Gord takes some amazing photos. Look at
Really, look at that.
That's Santa. So
It is worth.
Is that Father Christmas or Santa Claus? We don't know. There you go.
He's got the best action shots.
What?
Father Kringle.
You're saying the most like silliest things today. It's making me laugh.
There's the Grinch. Oh, there you go. Those amazing photos.
There's the Grinch.
There's the Grinch. I thought I was looking at Jason.
Oh my goodness.
There's the Penticton V's
coming out.
There you go. Another storied team.
Yeah, you know, these junior league teams in our communities, they really do a lot for our community and participate and come on out, and it's great to see.
Well, the 36th annual Innkeepers Gala was held at the Hotel El Dorado.
The event of events.
Another wildly successful year for the Innkeepers Gala that was held on November 18th at the Hotel El Dorado, and they finally counted up the money. So bringing in another $150,000. Wow. Bringing the event's total charitable contribution to KGH Foundation to, ready for it? Go ahead. You can do it.
$1.4 million. Now, like, think about this. Over the years. So 32 years of doing this, $1.4 million in, 10% of which just in this last year, basically.
That's crazy.
That's a stat and a half.
So, I mean, it's growing. It's an event that's continued to grow. So that's an amazing thing. And here's something for you to do. Maybe Marcy will go with you. Second ever Naramata polar bear.
Hey, I'll do that any day of the week.
Will you?
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll never catch me doing that.
Are you doing the one in Kelowna then? Well, you just said you're doing it.
Well,
you just said you'd do it anytime.
I do it, maybe not with everybody else, though. Maybe
what do you mean?
The lake is large. There's a large lake there.
You don't like the... there you go. So you can go to Naramata. You can do it in Kelowna. You can do it in a bunch of different places, or you can do it on your own.
There's a lot of cameras up there.
There's a lot of cameras, right?
That'll be me watching you.
Cheering you on.
Yeah.
And father.
Here's a road trip.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Okay. Father and son from Kelowna drive to Peking to Paris and raise $1 million.
In that, they probably spent $1 million in gas.
What kind of a vehicle is that, anyways?
Tom and Daniel.
Oh, it's a classic car rally.
There you go. Kelowna are either insane or inspired. They're set to drive 14,250 kilometers from Peking to Paris in a motor challenge in a quirky 61-year-old car, but they intend to use it as a springboard to raise $1 million for charity. Wow, that's going to be an experience of a lifetime. No denying that.
No denying that.
That car there is going to be fun. I say that in the nicest way.
Yeah. And from our EV files, Vancouver has unveiled Canada's first electric fire truck in its pledge to cut emissions.
There you go. That's a fancy looking truck, right? It's smaller than most diesel engines. So it's showing off what the city says is Canada's first electric fire engine. The Austrian-built pumper truck is part of the city's commitment to reduce fleet emissions by moving to electric vehicles as they replace trucks. I think those fire trucks last a long time. Mm. I mean, they drive them to get ice cream and then
to the grocery store.
I'm just kidding. Those guys do amazing work. Nothing like the firemen. They do amazing work in our communities.
Yeah.
But they have, I mean, those trucks always look great. Right?
100%.
Vancouver Mayor Ken Sims says the fire engine represents an important milestone. The city is proud to be the first in Canada to lead the way with its firefighting fleet. The city says the truck's operational noise is much lower and the electric engine reduces firefighters' exposure to pollutants from diesel exhaust. The city is committed to chopping emissions from its fleet by 60% by 2030, and about 10% of its vehicles are now electric.
No concerns about an electric water pumper truck problem?
I think they keep the electricity and the water separate. I would think. And so we have columns on Kelowna Now, and one of the columns that's a regular contributor to columns on Kelowna Now is our own mayor, Tom Dias. So you can go there. The headline of that one is "No shortage of things to do in Kelowna this holiday season," and that's for sure, right? That looks like a very well posed photo, right?
And it was good to see Tom Dias and Renee Merrifield, by the way, at the Kettle Valley Christmas Parade.
Oh, they were
as well.
there too. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So if you want to go read that column, you can go read that on KelownaNow.com, as you can read everything on KelownaNow.com. The news, not delivered this much humor though.
Of course not, right? But you can see the entire video or read the whole story, whichever the case may be. So,
and it would really be appreciative if we would really appreciate it.
If you like,
subscribe to our newsletter
or our channels,
or follow us on YouTube, TikTok.
That'd be great.
And well, I mean, Instagram if you want. Nobody can see it. Or Facebook again. So there you go. On X too. We're on X. We put a lot of content on X. So if you've deleted your Twitter account or X account, maybe put it back so you can get some Kelowna Now stuff.
There you go.
How's that?
And brace for the atmospheric river that is passing through BC here tonight.
Yeah, one of the things you can do from what we're saying tonight for sure is to make sure you take a few extra minutes and winterize. You know, even at your door there, make sure the shovel's there ready when you're getting out in the morning. Winter gloves, good boots. Wear good boots when you're going out there because people slip and fall in the silliest things. Like you're wearing heels to work, Marcy. You know, maybe put the heels on when you get to work, as opposed to like you live on the hillside there too, right? So
Where do you want me to keep my heels, in your office?
sure. I just showed that big closet in the back there.
Yeah, but that's
Offer
all
accept.
where Nikki and Lexa's stuff are.
Anyway, we'll find your room for boots. How's that?
Sounds good.
And then in your car, make sure you put a weather survival bag.
Wash your fluid this time of year,
Wash
too.
your fluid. Make sure it's
All that
topped
stuff,
up
right?
and the antifreeze type, right? But not the stuff that's going to freeze in your car. Make sure you have good tires, and you'll feel safer and drive safer. And
leave a little extra space.
yeah, getting home safe too, and then leaving early in the morning too, right?
Exactly.
So that
So
you're
many
not,
things.
especially when it snows. That first snowfall. Don't be that part of the 200 people to get into an accident in Kelowna on the first big snowfall. Right?
Yeah.
Try to be the guy that's at the office early, watching the people that got into accidents. Anyway, stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
Have a good night.